The way people make money with Claude is about to change. For the last couple of years, the move was pretty simple. Start an AI agency, sell some websites to local businesses, and build workflows for those businesses. And it worked, but that window is now closing fast. Every day people try to get into the market, and it's harder to make money now more than ever. Not only this, but AI is changing so fast, and we can never truly know what's coming and what is ahead of us. But there is one way to make money with Claude that is actually less known than people think. It's been constantly flying under the radar, and there is more money to be made in this skill than you probably think. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what this new opportunity is and how to get started. So let's get straight into it. So the AI market has completely blown up over the last couple of years, and there is more money pouring into the space than ever before. The big tech companies are spending tens of billions of dollars every single month on this stuff. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Meta, those companies alone are on pace to spend around $700 billion combined in 2026. But up until now, if you really wanted to make money off your AI skills, there was only really one path that is actually being talked about, which is to start an AI agency. And the problem that I have been seeing with this is that 95% of you guys watching this don't want to start your own AI agency. Most of you guys are just learning AI so you don't have to get left behind, but you don't want to necessarily chase clients and run sales calls all day long. And if you would have asked me a year ago what the solution would be for people like you, I really didn't have a great answer. But over the last few months, we've seen a shift because companies went out and bought these AI tools. They spun up all these little pilot projects, and most of it went absolutely nowhere. I'm sure all of you guys have heard about that MIT study that found 95% of AI generative pilots inside companies have little measurable impact on the company's bottom line. So they spend all this money and they basically get nothing back. And here's the thing, those businesses don't want any other AI tool they have to figure out. They want the finished result. And that is a massive opportunity for people like you and me, because somebody has to build the thing that just hands them that result. A simple app built around a specific problem that they can pay and use one day. And that's the model that's absolutely taken off over the past year, building resellable AI apps and flipping them for profit. So while everyone else is racing the bottom line and selling cheap AI automations, the people doing this build something once and sell it over and over again. And I'm not talking about theory here, because this is exactly how I make money myself with Claude. For example, my app Sorely, a real estate fly-through app, has generated me $13,000 in a single week. My other app Spawnly brings me in $10,000 every other month on repeat. Two small apps built around two specific problems. And later in this video, I'll break down exactly how both of them make me money. And that's exactly what you want to become, a Claude AI app flipper. So what actually am I talking about? It's the person who finds a specific problem inside a specific niche, uses Claude to build a small app that solves it, and then sells the app, or what it produces to the businesses that have a problem. Think of it like this, Claude is the factory, the app is the product, and you're the owner selling that product to as many customers as you want. You do the work once and you get paid again and again. So you might be wondering, why Claude specifically? And the answer to that is Claude is just the leader right now. It's what I run my entire business on, and it's what I've built everything you guys have seen on this channel with. And with Claude Code, you don't need any professional developer to ship a real working app anymore. You need to understand the problem, and Claude handles most of the build. But the real skill is that you're building here is taking a messy business problem and turning it into a real product that solves it reliably. And that skill transfers to whatever the next tool that comes up is. And that very well could be any sort of open source AI model. So as the space evolves, especially for the open source models getting better and better, you're not locking in yourself to one ecosystem. You're just starting with what I think is the best tool out right now. And the demand of this side is crazy. McKinsey found out that 88% of companies now use AI at least one part of their business, but only a third of them have scaled past a few test projects. And there are 6% as what McKinsey calls high performers, meaning they're actually seeing real measurable impact on their bottom line from AI. So paying AI turned out to be the easy part. Actually using it is the bottleneck. Moreover, Manpower Group surveyed 39,000 employers across 41 countries and found that AI skills are now the hardest thing in the world for companies to hire for. Harder than traditional IT and engineering for the first time ever. So think about what this means. These companies can't hire AI skills and they can't build this themselves. but they will absolutely pay for a finished product that just works for their exact problem. That's who you're selling to. So the opportunity is very real. There are two completely different ways to make money with flipping AI apps, and they fit two completely different types of people. So let me break down what both is so you can figure out which one is for you. Okay, the first way is to sell the output. You build the app yourself and then you sell what it produces as a done-for-you service. So take my app Sorely, for example. It generates cinematic listing videos from photos for real estate agents. And the people using it white label these videos and sell them to real estate agents as a markup. That's the model. The app does the production work in minutes and you sell the result like a service to a business without the hours. And that's a big part of why Sorely was able to generate $13,000 in a single week, because the people buying it aren't buying the software, they're buying a money maker for their own little service businesses. The upside here is speed. You can be making money your first week, there's no product to support, and every sale is basically pure margin on top of your subscription costs. Okay, now for the second way, and I believe this would be for a lot of you guys. I think this is the one that's smarter long term. You sell the app itself. This is what people call micro SaaS. If you don't know what that means, it means software as a service. Instead of selling videos, you sell the video generator. Instead of selling reports, you sell the report builder. Businesses pay you monthly to use your app, and now you have a recurring revenue that stacks. 10 customers, $100 a month is $1,000 a month that shows up whether you worked a week or not. And this is exactly what Spawnly is for me. People pay it month by month, and it brings in $10,000 every single month, whether I touched it that week or not. And that's what fixes the income roller coaster that kills most freelancers. Now the catch is, it's slower to start. You need to support the product, handle bugs, and it takes longer to land for the first couple of paying users. But every customer you add stacks on top of the last one. And that's exactly how you build something that's worth owning. And honestly, the best play is to do these in order. Sell the output first and prove people will pay for the result, and package the app and sell that to everyone else in the niche that wants the same result. And if there's one thing that you can take away from this video, it should be this: own a product. Don't just sell hours. Whether you start a done-for-you version or whether you go straight to a micro software as a service, the goal is the same. This stuff is so new that literally nobody has a 10-year head start on you. The niches are wide open, the tools are good enough, and everyone is basically starting at the same line now. So learn this stuff deeply, pick your niche, and build something that you can sell more than once. Because if you're early to this, the customers, the recurring revenue, the acquisition offers, it all comes looking for you. So let me show you the 4 steps to build your first free sellable app. Now, real quick, before I get into this now, I've put together a file with these exact steps and everything you need to do each one. So you can download it and check the things off as you go. You can find it in my free school community, the link's down below in the description. But let's get back to the video. Okay, the first step is to pick one painful problem in one niche. And the niche part matters just as much as the problem. AI app for businesses sells nobody. App that turns listing photos into video tours for real estate agents sells itself. So pick an industry you know something about, list the manual tasks those businesses do every single week, and circle the ones that eat the most of the hours. Say it's the weekly report a bookkeeper builds from scratch for every client. Then before you build anything, decide the metric your app is going to move. And this is the whole product mindset. Most people build apps because they look cool, or they might look good as a LinkedIn post. But a product that sells solves one constraint that moves a specific number. So for that report example, the metric is the 4 hours it eats every week. Whatever your problem is, name the number before you touch anything, because that number is what you're selling. You're selling the destination. And the destination is always one of 3 things: time saved, mistakes cut, or money made. And real quick, just because I want to throw this out there, be smart about data. Never put a client's customer data through anything they haven't approved. And check the terms of any tool they're building on top of, so you actually have the right to resell what it makes. Anyways, now that you've got one problem, one niche, and one number, step 2 is to build the app with Claude and document it. And I want to be clear, this doesn't mean months of development. It means using Claude to build the simplest possible version that moves your number. The right instructions, the real documents behind the task, and the dead simple way for the customer to use it. So for the report example, you give Claude a few real reports as examples, the template, the checklist, or where the numbers come from, and you work with that until it nails every single output every single time. Then you have Claude wrap that process into a simple interface, so a customer can run it without seeing what's under the hood. If you can get an app to do one task reliably on real inputs, you are ready. If you can explain the problem clearly, judge the output, and give Claude feedback until it's right, you're ready. Then record a quick 2-minute before and after demo. You can even make this demo with Claude. I personally use Fable as it's really good at making these types of videos. Step 3 is to get into real businesses and prove the number actually moved. The number that we picked before you started building. Find one business in your niche, someone who already knows you if possible, and let them use it for 2 weeks in exchange for honest feedback and a testimonial. So now you can say, hey, 4 hours down to just 20 minutes is 3.5 hours back every single week. And that's the destination you had promised. And you actually delivered it. 2 in a real business, not a demo. And while they're using it, ask them one question. What would you expect to pay for this every single month? The question will do more for you than any pricing guide, because now the market is telling you what your app is worth. And everything you learn runs back through the same loop. You find the constraint, you name the metric, you build the fix, and then you prove the metric moved. Step 4 is where you turn this into money, into pure profit. Because your first user is now a case study. If you're selling the output, take the before and after to every business and in the niche that looks like them. Warm contracts first, then cold outreach is the volume play. And that motion is the same run I ran with my own business. Build for free once to get proof that it actually works, then charge for the result, and then move your best customers onto a monthly plan, which is what fixes the income roller coaster. And if you're selling an app, turn that testimonial into a landing page. Put a monthly price on it and go where your niche already hangs out, like Facebook groups or subreddits. I personally use Instagram, especially Reels, because there's a lot of people interested in the AI automation and making money from AI niche on Instagram. If you go to a different platform like Facebook, and for example, your target market in there is in Facebook, no one in your niche probably cares that Claude built it. They care that the Friday report now takes 10 minutes. And here's the part most people don't even realize. Once your app has real paying users, the app itself becomes an asset. There are entire marketplaces where people buy and sell small software businesses. The simple niche apps with recurring revenue sell for real multiples. So you can hold it and collect monthly revenue or flip the thing, then go build your next one. That's what I call app flipping. You're not just making income, you're building apps that you can sell. And if you want to go deeper, you can join my Plus community and scaling your one-person AI business. The link for both of these communities is down in the description. But anyways, that is going to do it for this one. So if you guys enjoyed, learned something new, please give it a like. That really helps me a ton. And as always, I appreciate you guys making it to the end of my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks everyone.